British-French relations were already bad enough. The fishing row souring the mood over the Channel, with French vessels out in force all day in protest and demonstrators blockading the Channel Tunnel. But it's the aftermath of this week's migrants' tragedy that has plunged relations to another low. 2 days after 27 died trying to cross to Britain, the two governments who should be working to prevent it happening again are doing the opposite. When Boris Johnson met his Polish counterpart this morning, there was no sign of contrition.
The EU is, I think, probably our closest European NATO ally.
But the Prime Minister's decision to tweet this letter before sending it to Emmanuel Macron has left the French President exasperated.
I'm surprised by the methods when they're not serious. We do not communicate from one leader to another on these issues by tweets and letters that we make public. We are not whistleblowers.
In a statement, French Interior Minister Dominic said, "We consider the British Prime Minister's public letter unacceptable and contrary to our discussions between counterparts." Veteran British diplomats have also condemned the move.
The context to all this is an enormous loss of trust between Paris and London. And so I think Boris Johnson's decision to send out his letter by tweet, even before Emmanuel Macron had received it, if we understand correctly, was a real blunder, because it led the French to think that this was more about grandstanding to the British public than engaging in serious diplomatic discussions with France over some extremely difficult issues affecting people's lives.
Priti Patel, who was going to Calais to meet French officials on Sunday to discuss greater cooperation, has been uninvited.
The Prime Minister's spokesman says he hopes the French reconsider that decision and re-invite the Home Secretary before Sunday. But he stands by tweeting that letter, saying the public wants to know what the government is doing.
2 days after this tragedy, British and French governments are exchanging recriminations. Their efforts to meet and find a way forward seem paralysed by a diplomatic row. Dominic, Waghorn, Sky News.